Roll call. A few days ago, a couple of people sent me this post right here. And at first, I declined to speak on it because it deals with domestic violence. And typically, I don't speak on domestic violence cases for my own reasons. But given the details of this case, I think I will raise some awareness to it in hopes that we all can learn from this situation right here. I know there's two sides to every story, but I do have some facts in this situation. So let's get right into it. Here's a brother named Mike, and this is his daughter right here. About a week ago, Mike was beaten really, really bad and taken to the hospital. And tragically, and sad to say, yesterday, he succumbed to his wounds and tragically passed away. See, Mike was in a relationship with this woman right here by the name of Kashana, who worked for the Department of Corrections. Mike and Kashana did have some domestic violence issues, and like I said, it's two sides to every story, but I've been told Kashana used to put her hands on Mike. So after the relationship going sour, Mike attempted to go to her house and get his belongings that was left there at Kashana's home. Kashana calls her uncle and her father over, and this is all seen on video footage. And here's Kashana's father. He is an ex-captain for the Department of Corrections. And allegedly, he had to resign as a captain of the Department of Corrections for excessive use of force. It was either that or face jail time, allegedly. Y'all know I was on Rikers Island 4 years, and I can't stand, and I actually hate correction officers who abuse their power. But anyway, back to the story. And it's so sad and tragic to say, once the father and the uncle got there, Mike didn't never make it out. Kashana and her father will end up calling the ambulance and I believe conjuring up a story that Mike had a heart attack or something like that. So they took Mike to the hospital. I can be off a little bit with those details, but it was something like that. Mike had bruises throughout his whole body, all through his back and his head, and he was really hurt really bad. And it wasn't until 4 days later that prosecutors will come back and say, no, this event was an assault taking place, which is now ruled a homicide because Mike passed away yesterday. I was told that Mike is a guy who turned his life around for the better. He was a dance dad. He loved his daughter, and that was his world. And I felt that because I was once out here in these streets, and y'all all know I turned my life around, and everybody deserves a chance when they make that transition. And Mike was robbed of that chance to be great, all because of a domestic dispute. Fellas, my advice, whenever you go to a woman's apartment or house to get your belongings that you left there during a breakup, please, listen, there's nothing wrong with this. Don't listen to these bozo niggas in the street because you'll end up in a situation like this or worse. Bring the police with you, let them see you grab your belongings, or bring some of your homies with you because it ain't safe out here. Mike is no longer with us, and this woman is potentially going to end up in jail for what? For something that they could have sat down, talked about, and communicated. I didn't do this story for clout. I didn't do this story for content. Hell, I didn't even want to do it, to be honest with y'all. But I did it in hopes that it will inspire some change, man. We got to learn to control our anger a little better. Mike didn't deserve this. Rest in peace, brother. I hope the family seek all the justice that you seek, I hope you get.